Everybody knows that our third graders in our country aren't reading on grade level.
We can't keep our head down and say this isn't my problem. It is everyone's problem.
The Learning Alliance set an ambitious goal to tackle the literacy crisis in their county.
We want to have 90% literacy by third grade.
It's a big, ambitious goal. Nobody knows how to get there.
But the community of Indian River County adopted their vision in a big way.
So to have this Moonshot goal,
it's all hands on deck.
A major movement in our community.
It's unified, everyone. We break barriers.
The community took on the challenge, and a public-private partnership was formed between the school district and the Learning Alliance. Since the district embraced and integrated what the Learning Alliance was pioneering in early literacy, they've seen a monumental change in their schools. And what started it all is when their community came together around the Learning Alliance's vision of what is possible for their kids.
We can do hard things.
We can do hard things.
I think visioning is one of the most important superpowers that we have. The limit of our ability to make something happen resides in our imagination or lack thereof. Solving the education problem, getting kids to read by third grade, it really requires a collective effort from everybody in the community. So with that in mind, how do you galvanize a community? How do you attract the people that need to be on the team to solve this problem? Great leaders create really concrete goals, and they create ambitious goals. You have to create a vision. So the beginning of that is, what is the question that you want the community to come together to solve? When you say a vision is to get 90% of kids reading on grade level by the end of third grade, then everybody thinks there's an answer. It doesn't unlock people's curiosity and creativity. When you put it in the form of a question, then suddenly you're asking everybody in to help solve the problem.
A framing question follows a formula that encourages vision, possibility, and collective action, rather than just identifying a problem. An example of the formula would be, how might we, in order to, or what would it take to, so that.
A framing question creates incredible clarity about what we're trying to accomplish. And when you create that together and let people edit the question till it's something that you all like, you get buy-in. And immediately people say, that's something that motivates me. At the very beginning, we said, what does it take to get 90% of our kids reading on grade level? As we worked around the community, teachers told us that's not why I'm in this business. Because if I was in this business, that would mean all I care about is getting kids to pass the test in third grade. And there's a different way that we need to teach children, that they need to learn different skills to become lifelong learners and compassionate. So we modified it with a school, and it's a longer question, but it has real significance and relevance. So the framing question we came up with was, what does it take to get 90% of our children reading on grade level by the end of third grade, such that they become literate, compassionate, creative citizens who will improve our world?
With their framing question in place and the community on board, they announced their Moonshot goal to the entire district.
Once they declared Moonshot goal, it was incredibly powerful for our district. It really just set the bar super high for everybody and kind of opened up possibilities. So now what are we going to do? What are our next steps? And created a learning environment.
You create this reverse visioning where people have to speak in the future tense. We're at 90% because we're doing A, B, C, D, E. You're getting people to talk as if they've already done it, and they're tapping into their imaginations.
And law enforcement could say, well, we're not having kids, juvenile delinquents out during the day. People are in school. Or realtors said people are moving to this county because of our schools. So everybody could see what's in it for them.
If we can open our imaginations collectively, we can create new systems. We can engineer them.
Reverse visioning is very effective at providing clarity at practical next steps someone can take to reach a long-term goal. It also creates buy-in.
You have natural leaders in any system, in any organization. Honoring and holding space for them to come to the forefront is important.
It was easy for me to be a part of the Moonshot vision going forward. Kids can be invisible to politicians, and they shouldn't be. Kids are the future.
As a business owner myself, it's important that we as business leaders are invested in our residents and invested in our community, because that is where our employment base comes from. And having a good employment base turns around around on us and allows us to grow our businesses and employ more.
These children are one day going to be taking care of us.
I want to stop the pathway to prison.
If we are able to leverage the prenatal, the 5-year-old, we'll change everything.
When I started hearing about how, they were really setting up our community for success by attempting to raise our literacy rates in our schools, it was infectious. I mean, it was something where I wanted to be a part of it.
The Learning Alliance realized the community can't expect the school district to do this all by themselves. So they started gathering around the vision for their children.
In order to solve the complex problem of education, we need to create a team of people that extends well beyond the reach of their parents, the reach of schools. So we created what was called our Moonshot Community Action Network.
And with MCAN, we really worked together to be this unstoppable team that's going to inspire and get the rest of the community working together.
It's a monthly meeting where you can continue to talk about what are our bold ideas that are coming out of this vision that we're going to work on, create teams that are working on these bold ideas, and create movement forward and accountability to what work has happened over the last month.
So we're really a team of teams. So when you are working on a literacy movement and trying to solve this literacy crisis, schools can't do it alone, one organization can't do it alone, one partnership can't do it alone, but we have all of our teams here.
People understand what the macro goal is, they understand where they're supposed to work, and they've made a commitment, and we also create some accountability that we're going to check in with them on how they did against their commitment. It's about influencing people to do the right thing by giving them the right information and giving them sources of power where they can recruit other people to problem solve.
I was blown away to be sitting in a room with law enforcement, school district officials, business owners, philanthropists, and other nonprofit leaders. Truly, everyone authentically sitting around the table trying to find solutions to how we could help more third graders to be reading on grade level.
If it wasn't for people in the community getting involved, nothing would have happened.
I'm the CEO of the Substance Awareness Center.
I'm a martial arts instructor.
And I'm the literacy chair for Sunrise Rotary.
I'm a lieutenant with the Inver County Sheriff's Office. There's so many kids that come up to me, they're like, oh man, I want to be a cop. And one of the things I tell them is like, oh, you have to read. You have to be able to write. You have to be able to put thought to paper.
So I'm with the Different Youth Achievement Center.
And I'm a retired constable.
I am the founder and CEO of Treasure Coast Girls Coalition. I was fortunate enough to be able to read on grade level by third grade, and my goal for our community is to have every student be able to do the exact same thing.
The MCAN community understands that literacy really is that #1 predictor of individual success and community prosperity. So everyone's finding a way that they can fit in.
As I was learning what other organizations were doing, I was also seeing opportunities for our organization to collaborate with other organizations. We were able to work together to really solve individual issues and just better both programs.
Each one of us takes those conversations back into the community and gets somebody else passionate about it. And you really start seeing that wildfire spread for this, supporting this movement.
We're working to become a leading literacy capital of the nation. And MCAN really helps to keep this community goal alive. When you go through different changes in leadership, different organizations, all of a sudden someone's retired, there's a new executive director, and the MCAN group just embraces them, help onboard them, and everybody is able to continue on the mission.
So we set a big goal in 2010, and we've been busily recruiting all organizations across the community and political bodies to hold this goal with us, so that when leaders change, whether it's within the school district, the school board, city council, county commission, nonprofit leaderships, which they always do, the DNA of our community is to hold the goal.
As we ran across problems, we didn't say, oh my God, let's lower the goal. Show progress, make things happen, and people jump on the bandwagon with you.
Whether it's through after-school sports and tutoring programs, childcare that integrates the science of learning, churches and faith-based groups.
We are definitely a supporter of the goal of the Learning Alliance, the school district, and the community.
Family support organizations.
Majority of the work that we do is actually in the home that helps support women, children, and fathers throughout the course of their pregnancy and up to the age of 5.
And the Learning Alliance's continuous grassroots marketing efforts to keep advocating for the movement. What Indian River County has accomplished over the years is an astounding achievement, and it took a lot of resources fraught with trial and error. But watching the Learning Alliance, their community, and the public-private partnerships here has given us a few ideas worth considering for how a motivated group of people can help improve the education of their children and disrupt generational poverty in their community. The way they used a framing question to invite community to craft their own vision for their kids. How they used reverse visioning to create buy-in from leaders in the community and actionable next steps towards their goal. How frequently they gather to keep up momentum, and the importance of a backbone organization that holds the goal and continues to bring in new ideas and resources to support the work.
This is a complex problem. It's not something you can change in just a couple of years. You really have to understand that this is an investment, and it's a long-term investment, and it will pay off.
Superintendents come and go, school boards come and go, and without the community understanding this and holding the goal, the reform won't last. We think that that's what's required for sustainable change.
What we're trying to show people is you can succeed. Learn from this thing. Take a chance. Just take a chance and be a hero.